attractive is I can go there and supplement all these good young players.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tom Brady, there's a new report that he had a fully torn MCL and played the entire season and did not miss a practice. He should have worn a cape last year. But what is interesting about Brady is that, and I'm sure all of you have thought of this, so it's not some revelation here, but now he's going to be healthier. Now he gets the preseason. Now he knows the system. Now he knows the coaches, and now he knows the teammates. All these other Super Bowl level teams, Buffalo, Baltimore, Cleveland, Rams, Seattle, KC, San Francisco, they're going to have a battle in their own division. They'll probably win the division in most cases, but they'll have a battle. Not Tampa. New Orleans, rebuilding. Carolina, rebuilding. Atlanta, rebuilding. Atlanta's got and it's a quarterback league, right? New Orleans doesn't know who their quarterback is. We don't know if Sam Darnold's any good in Carolina. And Matt Ryan, generally, with a new staff, takes about a year to get up and running. So the NFL regular season concludes January 9th. I think you're looking at a Tampa team that could have the playoffs wrapped up December 9th. Huge advantage. I can rest starters. I can bury a playbook. This happens. This happens in the NBA when you got a 1 or a 2 seed wrapped up. Doc Rivers used to do this when he was with the Celtics, and he just buried the playbook. We're just going to go play. And man, our talent will win most of the game. We're going to bury the playbook. We're not going to use any of our best inbound play. We're going to make you go back and figure out what we're going to do. You bury the playbook. No tricks. Vanilla. They're good enough to win most of those games. You rest your starters. That is a huge advantage instead of fighting. Now we have another game in the season, fighting till week 17. And I got to tell you something. Timing is really important. Now, I've said this before. I'm not good at doing stuff. I am good at quitting stuff. I used to have 9 Greek yogurts a day, and then the doctor said, stop it, and I haven't had one since. Outside of coffee, I could quit anything. I'm a good quitter. I'm not a good doer. You got floss 3 times a day. My teeth don't fall out. I can't do that. I'm not a good doer. You know, doctors say do this, and a dentist says does this, and my wife says do. I'm not a good doer. One of the only things I think I do really well, I exit well. Every company I've left 4 different companies. They all were kind of a mess after I left. It wasn't because I left. It was my timing was good. I have good timing. I'm not always good entering places. I'm great leaving places. I tell the story years ago. I was at a party in Las Vegas in my 20s. True story. I don't know if I've ever told this on the air. True story. There was a party in Las Vegas I went to, and it was sketchy. There were a lot of guys with handlebar mustaches and velour shirts. And I just got a bad feeling about this party. I was a sportscaster in Las Vegas. People were a little. I leave the party. The next day in the paper, cocaine bust. Same party. I would have been like front page of the paper. And I was just like, there were rooms that were closed off. And I just was like, I got to exit this party. Huge. So Brady's timing is great. And you know Brady thought about this. So Brady, what do we know about the NFL? Quarterbacks. You have a great quarterback and a great coach, you are a problem. Mahomes and Andy Reid. Sean McDermott, Josh Allen. Lamar Jackson, John Harbaugh. A. In some instances, A+. All young, all athletic. I'm not even counting Justin Herbert. I'm not counting Baker Mayfield. We know Herbert's great. Kevin Stefanski won Coach of the Year. I'm not even counting those guys. The top of the AFC is going to be no fun. No fun. Brady's like, bye. I'm going to go to the NFC. Drew Brees retired. Matt Stafford at the time, Lions. Aaron Rodgers, by the way, with his tantrum, his tizzy, one of the only viable contenders to beat them. They're now a mess. You got a lot. Dak Does he have the right coach? Does he have a good enough defense? Dak's coming off an injury. There's a lot of Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold. Do we know? Kyler Murray's great, but is his coach? I mean, there's really only one guy there. One guy, Russell Wilson, Pete Carroll. That's it. That's the one you worry about. That's the one you think, Russell's great, Pete's great, they got playmakers. DK Metcalf, that's the one you look at. And you think, okay, we need home field advantage, but Seattle is in a brutal division. So Seattle's going to lose games. Seattle will not play. They will not host Tom Brady and the Buccaneers in the playoff. It'll be in Tampa. It'll be the furthest trip that Seattle could make in the NFC. The furthest trip would be Tampa, and that's where they'll go. It will not be in Seattle. Seattle's division's too tough, and Tampa's a mess. Everybody's rebuilding. Brady's timing, this is something no athlete would ever admit this because it would look like the athlete is saying, I want an easier route. But as you get older as an athlete, don't you think about that stuff? Like, it's literally, he goes into a division, everybody's rebuilding. The top of the AFC is just great coach with great quarterback. It's Mahomes, it's Reed, it's Harbaugh, it's Lamar, it's McDermott, it's Josh Allen. I'm not even counting Baker and his coach of the year. I'm not even counting Justin Herbert and his coach. Those guys are great. We don't know what's going to happen to Deshaun Watson. I mean, maybe he lands on a good team, but I don't know. There's something about Tom just, I mean, Belichick's the best coach ever, right? They're a mess. He knew there wasn't anybody out there on the market they can get. I'm it. Bill's going to get stuck with, kind of a second level guy.
It's a little intuition.
Just
trusted. You trusted your intuition in that spot?
I did.
Kept you out of prison?
I remember calling somebody, and I'm like, it was a woman. I'm like, yeah, that's it. She's like, yeah. So, all right.
I just love imagining you in these situations.
I knew it. Handlebar mustaches, velour shirts. Get out.